Do you reminisce about sitting around a campfire and getting murdered by your favorite horror icon? Well, we have the product for you, the Tennessee Horror Nights Pumpkin Campfire with Crackling Wicks Candle. It's what your favorite horror fantasies are made of. Brought to you by Macabre Melts.
Check out Nightmare Toys for all your horror collectible needs at nightmaretoys.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the horror basement with Jim Jam and Johnny Leroy. Lick my plate, you dog dick.
Welcome to the Horror Basement, the Tennessee Horror News Podcast, serving up horror all over the land like biscuits and gravy, baby. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy, and as always, we got Jim Jam here with us.
Johnny's an asshole.
Wow, already? But this is us, guys. Yes, that was new theme music, or intro music, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
We own that shit.
Yeah, we got to thank Travis King and his producer, Brad Crichton at Mountain Made Studios.
Yeah, we appreciate them. We didn't own the rights to the other one. It was just, that free shit that you get. But, this one right here, nobody can use it. We're not letting you use it. Okay, don't even ask.
Our shit.
Don't even ask. Don't even ask. No. But anyways, yeah. So hopefully you like it. We'll see,
And
hopefully
if you don't,
Jim Jam edits it in there good too. I hope it sounds good when he edits it in there. And because I won't know until after probably.
Well, I can do it right now after we get done with this.
Go follow us on all the social media. You can hear this, Scurryface Radio, scurryface.com, Scream Radio. And if you want to listen to this podcast earlier, guys, on Mondays, you can listen to this. And if you don't want to wait till Wednesday, Scurryface Radio.
Yep.
So, and,
maybe, hopefully we can get this at Full Cineplex sometime. And
go buy some candles.
yes, buy candles.
Go buy some T-shirts.
So eventually,
We'll sell you cups.
yes. Eventually, though, with the candle thing, if you don't like candles, I don't know when. Hopefully, by the time this is up, the wax melts will be available. Tennessee Horror Nights wax melts.
And what'd you say?
They're $4 a piece.
If you don't want to buy our stuff,
We'll send Art the Clown after you,
Art the Clown, guys.
and he will saw you in fucking half with a rusty hacksaw.
So, segue.
Yes. Speaking of Art the Clown, the actor that plays Art the Clown,
David Howard Thornton,
is joining us for a phenomenally podcast, I think.
Yes, it was a really good podcast, guys. A lot of information from him. Just get to know
And he is such
who
a
the
dish.
man behind the mouse.
Mouse?
The mouse. Well, when you said dish, you fucked me up. The man behind the mask, and also I was reading clown. The man behind the mask is you get to know a little bit more about him. How he worked, and just he was a voice actor and he played the silent clown. And there's spoilers in here. Go watch this movie on VOD.
We don't need to even recommend it. It's not a recommendation. It is.
We
were telling you
to
go watch this motherfucker.
It's worth $4 to go rent this movie.
It would
or
be
$5
worth. It
if
would
you
be
want to
worth
watch it in
$20 to watch it.
But if you want to watch this in HD, $5. But I watched it in 480 because it's not really gonna make a difference. But
it is. He is the next
gory
horror
movie. Yeah,
he is the next horror icon. And I obviously, with all the stuff you see lately, Terror Threads has a line of clothing out now, and I don't see why in the near future we don't see action figures of Art the Clown.
So yeah, guys.
And apparently, you'll hear it in the podcast, but he's going to be at conventions, so you will get to meet the guy that plays Art.
Yep.
Or if you go to whatever restaurant he works at, you can meet him in person as he waits on you.
Yeah, so go to New York City, go meet Art the Clown, spend a couple grand. Yeah, guys, this is a great podcast, so
enjoy, and
away we go. All right, guys, so on today's podcast, we have David Howard Thornton from the movie Terrifier. David, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. So, Art the Clown, what was it like getting into that character?
Quite a trip, I can tell you that.
All right. I want to just say this. Going from, because originally they had someone else play it, but I watched the short film version of this movie, which pretty much the short film is what got what your part is going for the feature, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So pretty much the short was kind of touching everything that was in this movie, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was a different guy that played Art before me. His name is Mike Gianelli. So I had literal big shoes to fill.
Yeah. Was your shoes bigger than his, though?
That's going to be one of my questions is what's it like wearing clown shoes? Like,
Oh, man.
are they actually that big? Like, does your foot fit in like a sleeve? And then, you know...
No, it's just, there's just like a lot of empty space down there.
So it's just flopping around.
Well, you would think that you could make a better clown shoe.
You know, it's probably the same thing as walking around with flippers on.
Damn, that sucks.
Pretty much. Plus, they're already old to begin with. It's like one of them, the bottom of the shoe was already coming apart.
No.
Oh,
decided to keep it in there.
Oh, fuck.
So just,
You had to use some of that, though.
You didn't have. They didn't
What's
recycle.
that?
Did they recycle the costume from the short film?
Use some of that flex tape. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I think they might have recycled the shoes, but they made a brand new costume for me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what... so how did you end up getting the role of Art the Clown?
Well, I originally saw like a posting on a website for actors called Actors Access, and they were looking for a tall, skinny guy that has like clowning or like physical comedy experience for the quote-unquote role of a lifetime. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to do this. And it said, Art the Clown, and I was already familiar with the character because I had seen All Hallows Eve a few years ago when it first came out. So I was like, oh God, yes, I have to do this. So I contacted my reps and said, hey guys, can you send me in for this? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I got the audition and went in. I guess I nailed it.
Yeah. Well, like I was reading your bio, and you started out like you've done voice acting. Well, in this character, it's a silent clown.
Yeah.
And but you did a great job, like, because I've said this many times on this podcast. I enjoy clowns. And the way that you represented as a clown, it was funny. Like your facial expressions, your hand movements, and just the way that you like a clown should be. Funny. And
that's what I would even say sometimes. It's like we have to remember he is a clown, so he has that element to him. That of course he's going to do things that are funny, but they're funny to him. I would say he's not really trying to entertain other people. He's entertaining himself.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, but yeah, you have to keep that core concept that he's a clown first and foremost.
Yeah. Well, he definitely does some funny shit. I thought, especially. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say spoiler because I'm gonna probably ruin some good stuff if they hadn't seen it. But
yeah, because you can go rent this movie. So
I don't think it's.
Yeah, it's on Vudu.
Oh, I'm talking about you can't rent it in video.
Yeah, but I mean, you can stream it. You can
VOD.
rent it on a streaming site. So
But,
go watch it.
One thing I noticed, I said, it looks like Art the Clown hates iPhones as much as I do. Because he's smashing it with a hammer.
Yeah, he's a droid man.
Hell yeah, I like him even more. But,
Yeah.
and then, oh man, the scene when you were walking around fucking naked with the cut out of the boobs on. My wife was like, that is so fucked up. And I'm like, that is so fucking funny.
Yeah, he also had the hair, though, too. He scalped that
I was
bitch.
laughing my ass off. And I'm thinking, I'm laughing at this. Does that mean I'm fucked up, too?
Yeah, probably.
But I couldn't help but laugh.
You're in good company.
But then the other scene, of course, that's one I wanted to point out, was when you was riding the small bike. And did you intentionally run into the steps, or was that a fuck up?
Oh, that was definitely a fuck up.
Well, I'm so glad they left it in.
Oh, I don't know how many times I was crashing that thing into things or falling off sideways or because
That's what
I'm 6'2", and that thing was so itty bitty, and trying to ride that thing, being as tall as I am
with
these
big ass shoes,
awful stompers of clown shoes on, that was a challenge. So
it was a really goofy scene though. Like it's just like this motherfucker.
And the person just sitting there watching him like,
yeah.
what the fuck is he doing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had fun. That was one of those nights that we were all just so giddy on set because we were just laughing our asses off. I think at one point I got a little bit delirious. And I started singing Queen's Bicycle Race while I was riding around and stuff like that. So.
Damn, that's
is that
awesome.
the one who's like bicycle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, they should. I got to get the DVD when it comes out because I hope that's on there. Did they record?
Yeah, I haven't watched all the bonus features on there yet. Shame on me, but yeah, I have no idea if that's on there or not. I hope it is.
Fuck yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
I don't mind seeing Art the Clown that talks.
Well, what's it like going from voice acting and then going to playing a silent character?
That was quite a change for me, because like using my voice is like one of my biggest skill sets. I would say that's like every time I've played different characters, I've always intentionally done a different voice for every character I've ever played. And Damien, the bastard that he is, took that skill set away from me. He's like, yeah, you got to do all this just with your body and your face. I'm like, oh, okay, great. We'll see what we come up with.
Well, when you went into the I guess the audition of it, did you know that going in? Yeah. Okay, because I was like, well, what's Art the Clown sound like? What voice would you pull off for Art the Clown?
Probably just silence. I think that's just how he is. He's just a mute.
So was there times that you messed up and actually was talking that they might have had
No.
to? Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah,
He
there
didn't
might
break
have been like
character.
a time or two, like in a take, where I think like when I got stabbed or something like that, you might have heard an intake of breath or something like that. But I tried my best on set just to, like when the cameras were rolling, not to make any sounds or anything like that, just to keep it authentic.
Well, one thing I did notice that Art likes jazz music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oddly enough, we didn't actually have any music playing when we filmed that scene. So, like, in my head, I was doing "Stuck in the Middle with You," in reference, to Reservoir Dogs and stuff like that, and just
Yeah.
stuff like, oh, that'd be perfect, song that he would be singing in his head or something like that. And then they added the music in later. I'm like, oh, that works too. I can see him being a jazz man.
Well, one of the pretty brutal scenes, or not pretty brutal, was brutal, is when Art started cutting the girl in half from the vagina down.
Oh yeah.
Was that, did you get to saw that whole dummy in half?
I sure did.
What was that? What did they use as the
I
dummy?
don't really know per se. I think there's maybe some foam in there, but a lot of latex and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that was actually a full cast mold off of Catherine, the girl that played the character, and she had a miserable experience when they cast that because they forgot to put the release agent on her.
Oh my
So
god!
she got stuck in the mold.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and they almost had to take her to the ER, but luckily they ripped her out of it. But I'm like, oh, jeez.
That's horrible.
Catherine went through so much hell for that scene.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess she's bald. She was bald for a while everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I have all the respect in the world for her, especially because I'm like, she handled it like a pro. Everything, it's like even that night of filming was miserable for her because it's probably about 20 degrees in that room, and she had to be in that condition, literally hanging upside down. We would film in 30-second chunks, so she wouldn't have to hang upside down for so long. We had this platform rigged up to scoop her up and put her on it so she could rest in between takes.
Yeah, that would be crazy hanging upside down like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was several hours of doing that too. It's just like just being naked like that, and had all that blood all over her, and it was just. I mean, it would sometimes go into her eyes or up her nose or something like that. And it's just,
Yeah.
she handled it well, it's just like, she was a true professional.
So I guess when she heard that she was gonna have to do that, I guess she didn't know what she was in store for, right?
A little bit. I think they were pretty honest with her from the get-go,
yeah.
but she looked at it and she's like, this is going to be a scene that everybody's going to talk about.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Totally commit to this because this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You got to be pretty comfortable with everything to be able to just be hanging butt naked, almost spread eagle.
So,
but that hacksaw looked rusted.
Very comfortable in her skin.
That hacksaw looked rusted as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I did not see how that sumbitch would cut anything.
That's what made it more brutal.
Yeah, like it would just be
dull.
so fucking hard. I was like, man, that motherfucker look old.
I wonder how many people Art cut up with that though.
Oh, a few.
That'll be in. Well, hold on. How about set part 2? Did he die?
Yeah.
No, he didn't die.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, see, that's what I'll say. Like, I was watching the movie, and I was like, what's the point in this movie?
Mm-hmm.
But then once it got to the end, I was like, oh, okay. Because it's like, I get it now. Because I didn't watch, I tried to go rent All Hallows Eve, but it wasn't at my local movie store, unfortunately. Right. The second one was. And I was like, damn, I wanted to see where he started out at to get, a little bit of a character build. I probably could have looked it up, though. Which I didn't do.
Yeah, the second one is nothing related to.
Yeah, that's what I was like. No, that's not going to help me out at all as far as Art the Clown goes. Like because I wanted to know more about him because I was like, why, like this, and then once at the end of it and he comes back, I was like, oh, this motherfucker, he's done like magic or I don't know what you call it, spiritual demon or whatever you want to.
Has to be.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to explore more of that in future films and stuff like that. As I look at this film, this was like really just Art's introduction to the world.
Yeah, and he's a brutal motherfucker, but he's funny. Like the way that you did just the movements and the little head gestures and all that shit. Like it just, like I say, I really enjoy clowns, so I paid a lot of attention to how you moved.
Oh, thank you.
And his little bitty hat.
I learned from the best.
Yeah, and his little bitty hat. What about the prosthetics or whatever you want to call it they put on your face? How much did they have to add to you?
Well, that was like a full mask that was actually
really?
on the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made it, and it took about 4 hours to put all that on.
Damn.
Yeah, but it said like that's like Damien did all that himself too, but it speaks volumes about the quality he does with these special effects and prosthetics because he made it in such a way where every little facial gesture I made could be read through the makeup.
Yeah,
which was nice. It was like a second skin. I mean, like after it was on, I would sometimes even forget I was still wearing it, and I would sometimes scare the crap out of myself in the mirror. So,
dude, that'd be funny as oh shit, that no,
that's me.
That's me. Oh fuck.
Yep.
What about the teeth? Like, I was just curious.
Mm-hmm.
What did they?
That was a mold.
Okay, because I was like, what the hell did they color your teeth with? Like, that looks.
Yeah, I put in like fake teeth and everything like that. So those were fun.
That's what I was about to say. What's that like?
It's like I made me drool like crazy.
Which I guess you don't talk, so I guess it.
Yeah. It's a good thing I couldn't talk because I would just sound really stupid. You just talking like this the whole time. You sound like Brack from Space Ghost, basically. It's like, hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Art.
Yeah, I'm good, guys.
I'm going to kill everybody. You're going to die.
Well, that might even be, I don't know. That would be pretty funny to hear that.
Yeah.
That'd just be a good
Turns
character.
out Art is really a southern clown.
Yeah.
He's just a hillbilly, guys.
Alabama, so it works.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Terror Threads putting out your character, well, pretty much your character all over shirts and stuff now?
Oh, I love love it. Yeah, they just released a new line yesterday with that was all dedicated to the film. So it was like it's great, like 3 different like designs that are out there now. And like, oh, actually now 4.
Oh wow!
They should have hooked. You should have got a box in the mail since you're who it is. Here's you some swag.
Well, I got the first one. I hope they're sending me some stuff from the second batch because especially when I go to conventions and stuff like that, I would love to wear them just to help advertise and stuff like that too.
Well, that would make sense if they did that. They wouldn't be selling they wouldn't be selling that pretty much. I don't think it would be as big as it is without you because the way you did the character.
Yeah.
Because I was thoroughly impressed and enjoyed the shit out of this movie.
Oh, I'm glad. we had so much fun making it too. It was just crazy times on set, and there was like a bunch of us that love the genre that just made a movie together.
Yeah. How long ago did y'all film this?
We started filming it back in about late. Let me think. About mid-October of 2015.
Oh, that's not
a couple years. Like I read somewhere that this movie, it's been like a 2-year process because I guess people were getting teased about it for a long time. And
yeah. Well, we had originally wanted to film it in like about 6 weeks' time, but then we had a few setbacks with locations that we were filming in and stuff like that, and then so that that we had some setbacks there, and then we showed it at a festival, and which got a great reaction. But then like one of our producers was like, "Hey, I would love to add at least one more kill into this," and like, okay, it's like the beheading scene where I hack off the head of the one got the other exterminator. We added that in later on, as well as the morgue scene at the end. So yeah, so that's what took it. We finally finished filming. I would say April of last year.
Wow.
So the morgue scene wasn't going to be. No,
that wasn't in the script originally.
So when you got shot, that would have been it.
Yeah.
Thank God you had the morgue scene.
Yeah, that's why they put that in there. They was like, okay, we need to have some kind of teaser, so we can,
yeah,
get it into possible
it worked out a lot better because I would have been like, what the?
Might as well go on and make more because.
Well, if he's got, I don't know how you would magical. I don't know if they're magical or spiritual or demonic or.
I was just watching the making of Devil's Rejects. What do you think about Captain Spaulding and Art together?
That would be a fun team
crazy duo.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine Sid Haig talking to him? That would be funny as hell, probably.
Oh yeah.
But Art would just sit there and look at him.
Be a fun team up.
Yeah, let's. They got verses. It wouldn't even have to be a versus. It could be y'all on the same team.
Exactly. It's like why do these villains have to fight each other? Why don't they just you have your Avengers team of horror villains?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be
your
phenomenal.
Justice League.
The horror Justice League.
Justice League,
Yeah, you got your Justice League.
I guess
but the thing is you wouldn't be the bad guys fighting good people. Yeah, the Revengers.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I saw that yesterday and I thought that together.
Speaking of superheroes, so you was on the Nightwing's Escalation web series?
Yeah.
As a Joker?
Oh yeah.
How? Because I haven't got to watch it. Like I said, I researched you and I was like, oh shit, I want to watch this, but I didn't know exactly which episodes you were in.
Yeah, I come in the 3rd season. Like I think like the first 2, because it's all fan made, and so like the first 2 seasons are a little bit Even all of us that have made it were like kind of like the first 2 seasons. Watch the 3rd season because
okay. Because that's what I was like. Do I need to start on that or? I didn't want to ruin it.
You might want to watch the first 2 seasons so you understand what's going on, but like the quality of everything really amped up in the 3rd season because they got a lot of really good writers and other actors and people with actual filmmaking.
Yeah, they got people. Yeah,
help make the 3rd season, so it's the quality has really increased with the 3rd season. We've had a lot of fun. I'm still in the middle of filming scenes for that too. So.
Oh wow, that's cool. Because that's what I was curious. Like, because it said you was in 5 episodes, and I was like, well, they didn't kill the Joker off. I mean, that'd be impossible.
Oh no, you can't kill him off.
That's what I was wondering. What kind of Joker accent you went with?
Yeah, I did more of the Hamill. I put a little bit of a little bit of like Ledger and a little bit of Romero in there as well. Definitely no Leto. Fuck Leto. He's a little punk ass bitch.
Damn.
Not Leto himself, but his version of it. I'm just like, no.
Well, but was that his version, or is that who wrote its version?
I don't know. It's like whoever wrote that and did that did not understand the character at all.
Because they made him more.
He looked like he was a rapper.
Yeah, made him more street hood.
That was the thug Joker.
Well, I mean, the tattoos, the stupid Joker tattoo across his stomach.
Oh, so stupid.
Like acting like he's Tupac, with Thug Life.
Yeah,
you probably could have come up with a better.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
that's what attracted me to the Nightwing series in the first place. Is like when they sent me the script for my audition. It was like one of the scenes I filmed, and it was such a well written scene. I'm like, this is Joker. Finally, someone understands how to write Joker. They get the character, and it's such a twisted scene. And I'm like, I have to do this scene. And I was like, because I'm like, that's my thing is with Joker. He's like my favorite villain of all time. And as much as I love like the different iterations like of Ledgers and stuff like that on screen, no one has actually portrayed a true depiction of the comic book character on the big screen before. And I've always wanted to see that. And this is like the first time I was like, okay, yeah, this person actually understands how to write him correctly. So I was like, I got to do this. I got to do this somehow.
Did you ever watch any of the cartoons?
Oh, of course.
Of course. Like with the Joker, the English type accent. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from?
I don't know, but it in some ways it makes sense because of if
like he's playing a character.
Yeah, it adds more ambiguity to who he is because it's not a true English accent either. So it's just like in a way it's a great way for him to cover up his actual identity of who he is. True.
Because that's what I enjoy, like the cartoons and then playing the video games, and you have that accent of, it's just like, yeah, this is how I think the Joker sounds, Yeah. Because growing up watching all that stuff.
Hamill's a genius.
Yeah.
He's great. He's my favorite version of the character. It's just like that's who I always think of now as the Joker. I don't think anybody will ever be able to surpass his version of the character.
Well, hell yeah. Well, you got some questions as you was on Twitter. You was messaging them back, but the Quinn or that Miss Quinn said, "Do you need a sexy clown sidekick, Art?"
I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Did you go to her profile?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, is Art going to be in a porn?
That'd be a fucked. I think he was kind of already in a porn when he saw the bitch in half.
Yeah, I mean, you poor guys have already seen my nice scrawny little ass up on screens. I don't think anybody wants to see that in a porn.
That would be a very disturbing one. But then she went on to say, in all seriousness, was so much fun. The movie was the filming just as fun. I think we already pretty much covered that, right?
Oh yeah.
And then
we had a lot of fun.
And your true clowning as Art is what makes me really happy with how this flick turned out. So that Miss Quinn sounds like she wants to have sex with Art, the way it read, I believe. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just Art though.
Maybe she.
I don't know.
Just
that has been a weird experience for me too, because I'm honest with myself. I know I am no Fabio. I know what I am, and I'm like, yeah.
Hey, but women love them tall, skinny guys.
I'm a human scarecrow.
Women love that shit.
Well,
I guess so. I'm not going to argue.
Especially them big old women.
Hey, and it's the horror community, man, and these women.
They'll pounce on you, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll let them. It's quite a change from like my high school and college experiences. So I'm like, okay, sure. This is if I had only known back then.
All you had to do is play a deranged clown.
Yeah, I know. God, if I had only known.
Well, you might get to make up for it. Hope.
No, that's fucked up.
Can we get a Trojan sponsor for Art the Clown?
Oh my God! You can make them into balloon animals. Too.
Yeah. The glow in the dark ones.
You'd have to get magnums.
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
This is going in a whole different direction.
Yeah, this is.
Uh-oh.
No, but then we got the next question from J Rabbit NYC on Horror Amino. What is your favorite horror movie, or do you think a good horror movie needs to have gore?
Oh, wow, that's good questions. My favorite, I don't really have a favorite because I like so many of them. I would say my favorites would be like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Omen, Exorcist, and the Nightmare Before Elm Street series. I just love that whole series in general. I'm actually rewatching it again right now on Hulu, which it's fun going back and revisiting it now.
All of them?
And of course, terrifying. As for as for gore, it depends on the genre. I would say, because there are different types of horror films. Like slasher films, yeah, you need the gore. I think that's what makes a proper slasher film, and I think that's what's been missing from so many of the slasher films as in the past decade or so. They've toned down everything. They're trying to put more butts in the seat instead of giving the fans what they really want, and I think that's why so many of these recent horror films that are more like slasher oriented have not been as successful. They haven't really hit home.
Can I step in and say fuck PG-13 horror?
Yeah. I mean, it works for like stuff like Paranormal Activity and stuff like that. Could
you imagine Art the Clown as a PG-13 movie?
Oh, good Lord, no. That would be horrible.
Yeah, it would be a lot of blood just being thrown at the ground. Yeah. Like you wouldn't just see nothing.
You would see him.
You would just see a shadow maybe of striking and then blood.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible.
Have the effect at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good.
It would be like the original Halloween.
Yeah, and that's actually like one of the problems we had with trying to get distributors in the first place for this was that so many of them we had some that wanted to put it in theaters around the nation, make a big release like that. But their contingency was that they were going to make massive cuts, especially to the infamous hacksaw scene. And Damien said, "No way."
Yeah, you can't.
You cut that out. You cut out the heart of the film.
Well, hey.
Yeah, you cut out how crazy.
Who is the? Because I saw in the beginning of it, this was made by a website, wasn't it?
Dread Central. Yes. They're the ones that came in and because originally Damien was having the hardest time finding distributors last year. And he was about to self-distribute, but people over at Red Central, especially Uncle Creepy over there, Steve, he had seen the film and he was like, this has to be released. The people need to see this film. He loves the film so much, and he's like, we want to release this film as is. Uncut, just as is. One of those films, too, it's fun to see with a whole big, huge group of people. It's just like that. When we had our premiere at Lincoln Center last year, that was like a freaking rock concert. It was just like people were going nuts. I mean, we even had people walk out at one point during the hacksaw scene. I was like, yes!
I could see that.
We touched a nerve with them, and that means we did our job.
Yes. I can see people walking out, but they're just missing out.
Yeah, but that we affected them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's just like, yeah, this is too much.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like this isn't for everybody. This is for the fans of the genre.
You're doing a lot more interviews lately, haven't you?
Yeah, it's keeping me busy. I'm like, it seems like my days off of work aren't really days off anymore. Like for the past month or so, because I've been doing interviews and podcasts and stuff like that. And but it's good. I'm happy to do it because this is what's getting the word out about the film. It's like, because we haven't really had any mainstream press coverage even to this day from like IGN or like Entertainment Weekly or any of those, websites. So, but yet our film has been so successful, and that's because of the fans.
Well,
because people have gotten the word out.
So you think they're afraid to touch the film?
I bet
I have no idea.
Like it's just too much for
I
like
bet
they're
the bigger ones will probably not want to touch it because of
just
they
because
watch
of
the movie. That can probably be why, since we're in such a PC world nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that Fangoria will probably be contacting y'all if not already.
I would love that. I'd be fine with that.
Hell yeah! I'm sure you're gonna see Art the Clown in an issue of Fangoria not too long from now. I don't see why they. Hell yeah, and that's awesome that it come back.
Yeah. 'Cause I know that one especially wouldn't surprise me because when we had our a screening in New Jersey back in March, and Kenneth, who ran it, used to work at Fangoria, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, hell yeah, because I believe they brought all the main people back, didn't they?
Pretty much so, I think so.
So, yeah, well, you'll probably get an interview from them for too long, but I don't see why not. But
I don't see why not either.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll go on to this. I don't know if it's a question, but Ronnie Menzies Sterling was saying how even underneath all that makeup, he's still a bit of a dish. You commented back on that.
Such a flatterer.
And then
yeah, I think I responded what a dish best cold.
Yeah.
And then Terry Joseph Scott on Twitter said, "Loved your role as Art. Man, I hope to see more of you soon."
Oh, I do too. We intend on it. I know right now. I think Damien is right in the middle of trying to start writing the sequel as we speak. So.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of fun ideas.
And I know too. I think I've been seeing it, or you said something about it, that y'all are about to start. You're about to start doing conventions, right?
Yes. I got actually tapped today to do my 4th convention. It's going to be up in Buffalo, New York in August. So I'm excited about that.
It'd be cool you can come close to home and come to Full Moon this October.
Yeah, who knows? It's like I know I'm doing a convention in October out in the UK on the last weekend. So yeah, that's going to be at Birmingham HorrorCon. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, get to go back home and get paid to do it.
Oh yeah, hey, I won't complain. I'm like, yeah, that's so close to Huntsville, so.
Yeah, hell, and then obviously if you get booked for a convention, they're usually paying for your airfare. So if you're getting booked for a UK convention, that means you're getting to go to the UK for free.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Hell
I
no.
wish I could have more time to spend and just do sightseeing and stuff like that out there, but I don't. But in the future maybe I can. And I still have my day job still, so hopefully one day I'll have more of that luxury where I can just enjoy going to all these conventions and maybe spend some more time in the cities I'm going to.
Well, haven't there already been Art the Clown tattoos?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to quit your day job because if you're getting tattoos of your character on people, yeah, you should be busy with festivals for a long time.
I'm hoping so, man. I really do hope so because I think it's just fun to do. It's
Yeah.
just, I've gone to not some horror conventions, but I've gone to like Comic Cons and stuff like that, and I had always wanted to be on that other side, doing like the autograph signings or the panel discussions and stuff like that. So it's a dream come true, literally, for me.
Well, yeah, you definitely landed the role of a lifetime. So as I say, you got an iconic character, and I've been seeing Art the Clown on everything. Like, I got to see this movie, man. Everybody's raving about it, so I watched it and I understand why.
Yeah,
But
thanks. It's surreal. It's definitely surreal. It's like, going into this, we thought we were making something great, but we were trying to be realistic too, because we're just a small little independent, low budget film. We think we have something great, but who knows?
well, hey,
It's like we're trying to compete with Hollywood, so.
well, you definitely you shot some of these movies out the water that's in Hollywood right now. Hey, but when Bill Moseley was on one time, we got him to do an intro. Can you do us an intro as Art the Clown?
He don't talk.
It'd just be a bunch of silence.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah.
I'll just put a picture up for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe have a horn honk at one part.
Yeah. I had to say that because I know that he don't talk, so I might just put it in there just for this podcast. Like, and here's Art the Clown introing our podcast, and then honk.
Yeah.
There you go. Or maybe a flash of the scene, him riding the little bike.
Oh yeah, something like that, something simple like that,
Yeah. Hell yeah. But have you had anybody reach out to you to do like other movies yet?
I've had like a few people reach out for some lower budget stuff so far, but like unfortunately they couldn't work out any deals because I'm in SAG now, so when you have that union rules and stuff like that, nothing could be reached so far. But I'm hoping in the long run this will more people out in Hollywood or other actors or directors will be like, hey, reach out and like, hey, we'd love to cast you as this character. That would be great.
Well,
hopefully it'll happen for you.
I'm hoping. Who knows? It's like I'm just enjoying the ride as I go along right now.
is Damon on any social media?
Damien is on Instagram. He doesn't actually have his own Facebook page. But yeah, he's on Instagram, I think under Damien Leone or something. I have to look it up. But he's pretty active on both Twitter and Instagram with as much as he can be with the fans. And both of us are trying to interact as much as we can. There's a horror-related store there in Huntsville.
Nightmare Toys?
Nightmare Toys, yes. Thank you. I was like, oh, my brain was going duh for a second there.
We're really good friends with Christy. She wasn't there, though. She was at Texas Frightmare that weekend, right?
Exactly. Her daughter was there, though, when I went in, so that was fun.
That store is
really
pretty
nice
damn
store.
amazing.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. I was so happy that they have something like that in Huntsville.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tell her that she needs to get Art the Clown shirts in there or something.
Oh, definitely.
Since,
definitely.
Art, now Art the Clown is pretty much a Huntsville home.
Yeah,
So,
hometown boy.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
and I'm sure there's got to be some Art the Clown action figures.
Oh, we're hoping that's going to happen. I think
Rusty ass hacksaw.
Damien's trying to like figure out something, at least with NECA or like Funko Pop, would love something like that.
Can you imagine a Funko Pop of Art the Clown? That'd be cool.
Oh, I would love that. That would just make my year.
Or like, what was them old, them back in the day, the really fucked up toys, the Todd McFarlane toys?
Oh, God, yes.
Have one of Art the Clown sawing the girl upside down.
Oh, yes.
That'd be wild.
And
There have already been some like fan-made ones, and they've been fantastic. I'm like,
oh yeah, with now that they got the 3D printers, it can be done, no problem.
Oh, it's amazing what the fans have created. I'm loving it. I love going on Instagram and just looking at all the different, like the artwork and the sculptures people have made. It's just amazing. There's so much talent out there. It's just like, well, if people are making these, it's eventually going to happen where like the actual like big people like all these people come in and like, hey, we want to make these too.
Yeah, you think
they're losing out.
Yeah.
They're losing.
So yeah, well, hopefully you can get back to like in the Huntsville and go into Nightmare Toys and do some kind of signing there for her, and meet Christy, because she's an awesome person.
Oh yeah,
and I'm sure.
I hated I missed her when I was there, but at least I'm glad I got to meet her daughter. I had a poster, like one of the few remaining posters I had. I was like, I went in there and signed it for them. So.
Oh yeah, I think I saw her on Instagram. She had it hung up. So yeah, it's definitely exciting, and hell, maybe like I said, where are you live? Are you living in New York or something?
Yeah, I'm here in New York City right now.
Well, maybe we can work it out when you go back home. Maybe swing into Nashville or something.
Yeah, who knows? Nashville's a hop, skip, and a jump away from Huntsville anyway.
Oh yeah, because we did the Death House premiere and got lucky enough to have Kane Hodder be at the premiere too. So.
Well, that's so cool. I'm gonna meet him. I think in July, so I'm excited about that. Doing a Mad Monster party in Arizona.
Yeah, is that the same one he's gonna dress up as the Hell Jason?
I think so. They're
oh,
they have,
you lucky.
Yeah,
fucker.
he's gonna dress up as 8-bit Jason too, ain't he?
Yeah, he's gonna dress up as 8-bit Jason also.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one because
oh, dude, that's awesome. He's a really cool dude.
I'm actually dressing up. This is the one convention I'm actually going as art too because
dude.
Yeah,
hey, Dave, you gotta get a picture with him as Hell Jason.
Oh, you better believe it, man. This is like they contacted me asking if I could appear as art, and like Damien is very, very nitpicky about me appearing as art in person because he wants to keep that a separate thing.
Yeah,
he'd want to break that illusion. He'd prefer like the fans dress up as art or something like that. But this one, I'm like, hey, I told them to contact Damien. That's his baby. That's his choice. So they contacted him. It's like, hey, we'll fly you out there. We'll let you also sign autographs, and you can make David up as well. And he also showed him who all was going to be appearing at this. So it's like, it's Tom Savini, Kane Hodder, Tyler Main, the guy that played Andy in Child's Play.
Yeah.
Of course, Robert Englund's going to be there.
Yeah, it's
so
kind of like...
we have to do
yeah,
this.
like you're around all these people. Yeah, you got to intermingle with them.
Tell Damon he's got to record you going up and interacting with all the fucking horror icons. And
and bring the bicycle.
Yes.
It's absolutely surreal because I was looking at the guest list and it's like, these are the best of the best. These are the legends. And it's such an honor that they would even think of us for something like this because we're just a small independent film.
But you're the up-and-comers.
For them to like even put us in the same category of those guys is unbelievable. I'm like, it goes beyond my wildest dreams. Just like that is such an honor.
It shows you what they believe the character can be made into.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's written well. You do a great job on being Art the Clown. So it's like, yeah, this they're going somewhere.
What if part 2 is being brought to by Blumhouse?
Jeez.
That would, if you got Blumhouse backing you gonna have some hellacious marketing. But then that would go into the fucking MPAA or whatever, fucking it up. Because they'd be wanting to do a theatrical release, and then you got to cut this and this and this.
Yeah.
So,
maybe.
I would love to have a contract deal and make some more.
For sure.
I don't see why. Like, I know movie business a tad, and I understand. Because I listen to the Movie Crypt podcast, and they're independent, and definitely independent. Adam Green and Joe Lynch.
Right.
And they definitely have the struggles with him having Hatchet and stuff, and he still struggles to get stuff made. So, I definitely.
It's crazy. It's crazy because it's like, especially like there is a demand for this out there. And I think it's kind of foolish of Hollywood, these bigger studios to like not want to tap into that.
I think they're just so scared to do it because the PC shit and
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like, well, that's why you have the rated R rating there in the first place.
oh yeah,
It's like, but I even as a kid, I remember the rated R movies. We would sneak into those.
yeah.
That's kind of the fun of being a kid at that age too. It's like, I'm seeing something really risky.
Well, I almost bet that the cut of this movie I saw, or Terrifier, would probably got an NC-17 rating, probably.
Oh, probably so.
But
oh, definitely so. And that's something like Damien and I have talked about with like future films. Is like he's actually willing to work with some studios and be like, hey, as long as you let me also release a director's cut, you can go ahead and like cut a little bit of the gore out and stuff like that. But still let us have our definitive edition too that we can release eventually.
yeah, oh yeah.
And we want to do that for the fans.
Well, yeah, like, well, y'all gotta, now that y'all went all out for the first one or whatever, yeah, it's gonna be hard to have to do a rated R version now if you get to that point.
Oh, I know. It's that's the challenge, especially going into this. It's like I'm like, oh God, how are we gonna top what we did?
I feel for you. I feel for y'all.
It's like, but Damien's got great ideas. I mean, we've spitballed some fun ideas for some scenes that are pretty risky in themselves, and so.
Hey, what if
ideas.
What if Art has a big knife on the front of the bike and he just rides it into people's faces? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I had this wild idea. It's like, just let him loose in a nursing home.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn.
Like, God, that would just
Killing
be
the
like,
geriatric.
I've never seen elder abuse really in the horror films.
That would be fucking phenomenal. Oh my!
Goes to Congress,
Y'all would piss
like
people.
Goes to Congress.
That would piss so many people off. It would be amazing. That movie would be like getting national coverage.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh my God, he went after the Democrats and the Republicans.
Yeah.
He's equal opportunity killer.
Yeah.
You want to get real fucked
That's
up?
what really unite us all.
Put you a Trump character in there, and I guarantee that'll them.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
We better not talk about that.
He's independent.
Oh no, that's dangerous territory there.
Yeah, these days it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, we had a blast.
I'm a jabberjaw.
Hey, that's all right.
We can keep going if you want. I don't care, but Johnny probably got to go to work tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well,
I work the night shift though, so it's okay.
What does people? Okay, real quick. What does people think about this that you work with?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like I'm living like the Hannah Montana type of life right now because I still wait tables.
Wow.
It's kind of weird because I get some real douchebags at these tables sometimes. Like these like young kids, well not really kids, but like douchebags that are like to come in with their fancy cars and stuff like that, sit out there revving their engines, and they come in just think they're hot shit and everything, and treat me like shit. They won't even look at me in the eyes when they place their orders and stuff like that. I was just like, man, these little motherfuckers. I'm just like,
don't make me go bring the art out.
Yeah, it's like, you don't know who I am. It's like, man, because they're like, they think they're hot shit. I'm like, yeah, you don't have people that have tattoos if you do, yeah.
You want to say that so bad, don't you?
Oh, I do. And it's like, thank God for internal monologue, because, man, I would get in so much trouble.
Well, has anybody recognized you?
I've not really recognized me per se, but I've heard some people talk about horror films and stuff like that at tables, and I'm like, oh yeah, you should check out this film, and they're like, oh yeah, I love the character Art. I'm like, I'm Art.
I bet they're like, what?
They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, go on IMDb. Holy shit!
Oh my God, Art the Clown is my waiter.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I have a 9 to 5 job still. This is how it goes. Still got to pay my bills.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's what people forget. Like, we're real people too. Is like we have to make ends meet. Like my buddy David Gregory is he waits tables still, and he's he's well known for his role on I think it's One Life to Live or one of those soap operas. It's just like we
Damn.
still have pay bills and stuff like that.
That's pretty crazy though. Well, like you said, we all got to pay the bills, but
Yeah, until you hit it big. Till you start getting paid. I mean, like
And
really
then
good
I'll
money.
Be so appreciative. So that's how I look at it. It's like, because I tell like my coworkers, like, guys, because people suck with tipping a lot. Tip your waiters, people. Tip your waiters. Tip them 20%. They really deserve it because, like, especially like what we get paid hourly is just like it's ridiculous. And I have said, like, if I ever make it big and I have that kind of money, I will be the most generous person when I go out to eat because I know what it's like. And I've waited on celebrities in the past that were really good. Like probably the best person I ever waited on was Joan Rivers. I used to wait on her all the time at a restaurant I used to work at. And she was like the most generous person when she came into the restaurant. She would say hello to the whole entire staff. She would even poke her head into the kitchen. If like there were fans of hers there, she would buy them rounds of drinks. And even if she stayed like 5 minutes past after she had paid, she would come up like, I'm sorry, you probably needed this table for some other people. Here's a little extra, and she'd slip me like another $20 or $40.
Damn.
It was like probably the best memory I had of her was like it was on Super Bowl Sunday, and she was the only table I had that whole entire night. She walks in, looks at the place, sees how no one's in there, and she's like, am I the only one that doesn't give a flying fuck about this damn game? I'm like, nope, I'm here too. She's like, okay, good. She's like, here, you're not going to make any money. And she tipped me an extra $100 on top of the bill because she's like, you got to pay bills.
Wow, that's
because she
awesome.
used to, back before she was famous, she was waiting tables and stuff like that. So she knew.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So she was paying it forward. It's just like, that's how it goes. It's like, yeah.
Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I just tweeted at Damon, said, can we get a follow? That's my way of so I can get in to talk to him.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sure he would love to. He's a busy guy himself. He's still, he's got his 9-to-5 job too right now. And it's like, I think both of us are juggling, but I think he's juggling more because now he's trying to, work on merchandise stuff as well as writing the script. And he wants to do as much as he can to promote the film too.
Oh yeah, we'd love to have him on, and also.
I mean, we just recently pick up distributors in Italy too.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's like sweet. We already have UK distribution, but it's great to know that other countries that aren't even English-speaking countries are now picking it up. It's just like we're going global with this, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I think it also helps too having Dread Central with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pure just serendipity especially with Steve coming in and Rob and all of them just coming in, and yeah, I think it's helped both of us out because they've wanted to start their own like movie license and everything like that, and I think it's been a mutually beneficial relationship there.
Well, hopefully you'll get a tweet from Stephen King before too long about it.
Oh God, that would make my year.
Because I always heard that when Stephen King tweets about your movie, you're doing something pretty epic.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, if he did, I would. I'm still reading it right now. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I have such a collection of his books, and it's just like that would make him or like Robert Englund or Doug Jones, any of those guys, I'd be like, okay, I'm good.
I'm gonna have to tweet at Stephen King like, hey man, have you seen Terrifier?
I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. It's like I love his words. It's just like It's like we owe so much to what he has done.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
with him, with all the books that he wrote,
yeah,
and just how amazing they are.
he's got one of those great minds. It's like, it amazes me what he's been able to create. It's just like the mind of an author is an amazing thing to me. It's like I've had people that it's like, you should write scripts. I'm like, I can't. My brain doesn't work like that.
Mine either. I don't see how people do it.
Yeah, it's like how they can create their own world is just beyond me. It's like what Damien has done is beyond me. And I'm like, I'll come up with ideas and stuff like that, and he's like, oh, I can build upon that, and I got to, we can do this, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know how you do this, dude.
Well, I just tweeted at Stephen King. I don't know if he'll see it because we're really small on there, but I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot.
You never know. You never know. It's like I've had Mark Hamill like a few of my comments, so you just never know.
Mark Hamill. Oh.
Hell yeah.
A voice of Joker, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on and being, always stay humble. Remember that. I'm sure you won't have no problem with that. But
oh no, I fear my mom coming back from the grave to haunt me if I was anything other than humble.
yeah, don't be like them douchebags that you waited on that won't even look at you.
Oh God, no! It's just like you got to remember where you come from.
Damn it, when you get that big payday, just go buy you a Nissan Leaf. Don't go buy, muscle car or nothing. Buy you.
I actually kind of want to get a Tesla. Like, Damien has a friend that has one of those, and he picked us up in it. I'm like, this thing is the Batmobile.
As long as you don't use the self-driving feature.
Man.
Them motherfuckers are killing people nowadays.
Did you see the damn dash?
They're turning on motherfuckers. They're like, nah, fuck you, I ain't stopping. You dead.
Yeah.
Fuck
There's
you.
a dash on them damn
It's
things.
maximum overdrive, baby.
How can you not get distracted by the dash, man? It's like,
oh, I know.
It's like a 20-inch TV.
Yeah. I was amazed by this thing.
Well, you ain't got to drive it. That's how you get distracted. If you ain't driving it, you can look at everything you want to. And that motherfucker's like, maximum overdrive. I'm running this bitch over.
That technology is going to get improve and improve and improve. It's amazing what's happening there. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but see, if they keep running people over, it's going to stop. I mean, because here in the last month or two, like 3 or 4 people have been killed by these cars.
Yeah,
because they haven't stopped.
Hey,
they definitely need to work on.
Yeah, they're going to have to work on that.
Hey,
stop running people over.
Art the Clown says, Tesla, stop running over people. It's my job to kill them, not you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like,
you're
damn.
taking my job.
I'll retract that statement if you give me a car.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure
I don't need a car here in New York City. That would be such an unnecessary expense. That's
$25,000 parking spot.
Muscle cars in the city. It's like, yeah, I understand having those cars in like Los Angeles, where you can drive those things the way they need to be driven. Go out there on the open road and just have fun. But out here in New York City, where it's just like traffic everywhere, no.
So you might as well either walk or just ride in the subway, right?
Uber,
exactly,
taxi.
Yeah. Keeps me young.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, you wait tables anyway, so you're on your feet all the time, ain't you?
Oh yeah, that's how I keep my girlish figure.
Well, you are a dish.
Well, you got to keep that, that figure.
From what I've been told, you are a dish.
Yeah.
So when you dress in women's boobs and stuff,
Maybe that's why you're a dish.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
that was definitely weird looking down and seeing boobs on my chest. I'm like, oh God, it's a good thing I don't actually have these, because I would never leave the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you squeeze them, David? Did you squeeze them once?
Course.
Like, oh.
Of course. Yeah, of course you have to. You have to see.
Hey, you could have made her while you was in the art makeup or whatever, looked over at her and squeezed her boobs that are on you. Like, your boobs are awfully nice.
Yeah.
She'd have probably laughed her ass off.
I was like, yeah. He was like, well done.
Fuck yeah, man! Like I said, we're grateful that you came on, and we look forward to seeing you as Art meeting all the horror icons. That would be phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. This is great. I had fun.
Oh yeah, it's a great time.
Yes,
We appreciate
I love
being
just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we do too, and we get carried away and off on some craziness. But
Oh yeah, it's
That's-
easy to do.
that's what makes it fun, though.
Yeah.
But well, you have a good, safe trip when you go to the UK and all that, and everywhere else you go.
Oh, thank you very much, and you guys keep doing what you're doing.
And I hope to maybe get to see you in Nashville sometime soon.
Yeah, well, maybe you'll be able to come to the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival.
Who knows?
Yeah,
You know, it's life is strange. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
I'm just enjoying the ride.
Well, we'll keep murdering people, and we'll be good. We'll be entertained. So yeah.
Will do.
All right, David. You have a good night, and try not to kill no douchebags in New York.
Oh, I'll do my best. No promises.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, guys.
See you then.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys. So that was David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown. Really great interview. Guys, go hit us up on all of our social media. Like and share this shit. Please,
Yes.
please, please, please.
Hope you really enjoyed that, because we tried our hardest to make that entertaining. We didn't really have to try hard because he was a naturally entertaining person. So,
Yeah, we hope you got some information out of, hope you got to know David some more.
yes.
Get to know Art the Clown, who the man behind the mask.
Yep, that's what it was. You know, did you hear what crazy the thunder in the background
Yeah.
while he was doing it?
It's raining heavy, is it? It is Tennessee weather in the spring. Showers in the evening.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Stephen King to retweet that. That would
Oh,
be-
yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, check us out on, I appreciate y'all. Johnny, you appreciate them, yes?
Yes, of course.
But yeah, I guess that's all we got. We out.
Peace.